हेलो स्टूडेंट्स। कैसे हो आप सब लोग। तो आज से हम क्या पढ़ने जा रहे हैं, फिजिक्स, राइट। ये फिजिक्स एक्चुअली किसी पर्टिकुलर क्लास के लिए नहीं है। आई मीन, इफ यू आर नाइन्थ क्लास स्टूडेंट, देन यू कैन ऑल्सो लिसन दीज लेक्चर्स। ये लेक्चर आपको हेल्प करने वाले हैं, राइट। हमारा मेन पर्पज है इन लेक्चर्स को रिकॉर्ड करना, कि आप किसी भी पर्टिकुलर सब्जेक्ट के बेसिक्स को कैसे समझें, राइट। अभी आपको साइंस जो है नाइन्थ से, बिफोर द नाइन्थ, इवन सिक्स सेवन्थ एट में भी आप पढ़ते हो, राइट। तो कई बार ऐसी टर्मिनोलॉजी आ जाती है और कई बार ऐसे कंस्ट्रेंट होते हैं कि आप अच्छे स्कूल्स में एडमिशन नहीं ले पाते हैं, कई बार स्कूल्स में अच्छी फैकल्टी नहीं होती है। तो किसी पर्टिकुलर फैकल्टी को अच्छा या बुरा कहने का मेरा पर्पज नहीं है यहाँ पे। हम सिर्फ आपकी अंडरस्टैंडिंग में एक लेक्चर सीरीज बना के आपको उस चीजों में हेल्प करने की जस्ट एक छोटी सी कोशिश है, राइट। तो हो सकता है आपको ये चीजें अच्छी लगें कि अब हमें थोड़ी सी क्लियरिटी ज्यादा है compared to the before whatever understanding you have before, right। चीजें वही हैं, बट आई एम एक्सप्लेनिंग इन माई वेज, ठीक ना। सो हम समझने की कोशिश करते हैं कि आखिर व्हाट इज फिजिक्स, फिजिक्स एक्चुअली क्या है। तो बच्चों, हम अपने नेचर के अराउंड वी हैव सीन सो मेनी थिंग्स, राइट। कलरफुल थिंग्स, एंड दीज आर ऑल फुल ऑफ डाइवर्सिटी, राइट। फुल ऑफ डाइवर्सिटी का मतलब ये है कि कई चीजें और कई अलग अलग चीजें और अलग अलग फिनोमिना, अलग अलग इवेंट, सारी चीजें एक साथ हो रही हैं, है ना, हमारे नेचर में, राइट। और बहुत सारे वैराइटीज ऑफ फिनोमिना हम ऑब्जर्व करते हैं सुबह से लेके शाम तक, हर दिन, हर मिनट, हर सेकंड। whatever happening in the nature, we are the part of the nature and we see the phenomena, and some phenomena happens by the will of human, right। मतलब कुछ फिनोमिना ऐसे होते हैं जो हम करते हैं तब होते हैं, और कुछ ऑटोमेटिकली हो रहे होते हैं, राइट। द एयर पार्टिकल्स, दे आर ट्रेवलिंग फ्रॉम द वन पॉइंट टू अनदर पॉइंट, राइट। सो दैट इज हैपनिंग जस्ट बिकॉज ऑफ द नेचर्स विल, मतलब नेचर जैसा चाह रही है वैसे ये पार्टिकल्स के मूवमेंट हो रहे हैं, राइट। एंड हमारा क्या काम है एज ए ह्यूमन, वी हैव टू, हम जिस सिस्टम में, जिस इन्वायरमेंट में रहते हैं, फिजिक्स हमारे ऑल अराउंड है, राइट। सो हमारा क्या काम है, हमारा काम है उन इवेंट्स को अच्छे से समझना, राइट। जितना अच्छा हम उन इवेंट्स को समझते हैं, ऑन दैट बेसिस वट एवर अंडरस्टैंडिंग वी डेवलप टूवर्ड द इवेंट, राइट। सो ऑन दैट बेसिस हम चीजों की क्लियरिटी को समझ पाते हैं, हाउ द इवेंट्स आर हैपनिंग, हाउ द winds आर फ्लोइंग, राइट। एंड how the rainbow is going to be formed, in the rainy days, right? How the planets, they are rotating and rolling around the another planet. So how the water is flowing from the high point to lower point, and the automatically phenomena like the hot body, if I left the hot body hot, one cup of the tea, right, so that is going to be cool after some time, right. But it never happened when the cool cup of, one cool cup of the tea, right, we placed on the table, right। so कभी ऐसा नहीं होता वो हॉट हो जाए, right। अगर वेदर हमारा नॉर्मल है, राइट। बट नॉर्मल वेदर में आप हॉट टी को रखिए तो वो ठंडी हो जाएगी। तो इन सारी चीजों को समझना और जानना ही हमारा क्या है, फिजिक्स है, राइट। सो वी हैव टू डेवलप द अंडरस्टैंडिंग टुवर्ड्स व्हाट, द नेचर, एंड वट एवर लॉज ऑब्जर्व वाइजली। फॉर एग्जाम्पल, पहला नाम मैं लेना चाहूंगा आर्यभट्ट जी का, देन न्यूटन, आइंस्टीन, फेमैन, right, these are the great physicists, right, who actually observe the nature's phenomena and give the laws means the whatever laws projecting by the these physicists, right, those laws, following by the nature, right। so that we are going to be discussed slowly. So let's come to the next point. So what is nature all around us, right? क्या है? The diverse phenomena which already I talked about. The colorful events, right? The winds are flowing, water is flowing, planet is rotating, right? The rainbow going to be formed when the rainy season comes, right? And when it will appear, when not appear. It's just a reflection of the color, reflection of the lights in the air particles. So how the heating system? When we are rubbing our hand, right? Our hand is going to be warm up, right? How this phenomena is happen, these everything we are going to be study in which subject, in the subject of the physics, right? How the motions are happen, how what sort of the motions are happen, right? How the solar energy going to be helps to uh, do some mechanical, i mean give some mechanical advantage to our life, right? How we can utilize that solar energy in terms of the in our daily life phenomena, right? By putting solar plate, we are charging the inverter batteries, right? And whenever the electricity is not there in our house, right, we utilize that stored electrical energy, right, in the form of the mechanical advantage, right? So how the nuclear energy comes into picture, right? The everything we are going to be discuss, we have to we are going to be understand how this everything going to be happen by the developing the understanding toward the subject, that subject is call it as a physics, right? So what the physics? Physics, the word which is derives from the, I mean, Greek word that called physis, right? Physis means something that is nature, right? I mean, the study of the nature and its fundamental laws, right? Which reveals the basic laws of the nature, right? I mean, the understanding the phenomena, it's something means the revealing the basic laws of the nature, right? From the observed event, whatever events are happening, like the wind is flowing, how it is flowing, just because of the pressure difference, right? But who's this first, I mean, which person is, I mean, going to be noticed this wind is flowing because of the pressure difference. Wind is not flowing just, I mean, without any reason, right? If there is a, I mean, two places the pressure is same, right, then wind is not going to be flow, right? So how these phenomena are going to be happen in the nature, that we have to be understand, I mean, through which subject, that subject is called physics, right? So what are the basic law, and basic laws explains everything. Everything means whatever physical appearance comes to us, right? Whatever we can see in this whole world, right? In the whole universe, right? That could be, I mean, explained through the what? Physics. Why basic laws? I mean, basic laws means the laws which is following the nature's rule, right? I mean, like the moon orbiting around the earth. Either I would say that orbiting phenomena is following what? The Newton's law, right? For example, the apples falling from the tree, right? So how it is, I mean, not going up, why it is comes to down? Just because of the gravity. And how this motion will happen, the how the gravity comes into picture, that we have to, I mean, understand how this phenomena is going to be noticed. What were the, I mean, the things at that time, the how the inventions coming into picture, how the mathematics is going to be developed, how the calculus comes into picture, right? And how the, you know, in ocean the tides are going to be formed during the, you know, full moon cycle, right? So lunar gravitational gravitation, right? So everything we are going to be noticed, we are going to be understand one by one, right? So now I will talk about the what is the scope of the physics, right? So in terms of the scope, if I'm talked about, right, scopes are everywhere, right? Because these are, you know, nature's thing, and we are, our existence is also, I mean, in the nature, right? Means that we are directly involved in all the phenomena, right? The basics rule applicable to all the domain in terms of the what, I mean, this is not the particular for the, you know, biology student, either mathematics student, either, I mean, commerce student. This is for everyone, right? Because every, I mean, breathe we have, whatever we are taking to just to make the life alive, right? So this phenomena is also, I mean, involved, you know, so much of the physics, right? And if I'm talking about the macro scale level, right, the planets involved, galaxies involved, right? If I'm talking about the microscopic level, right, the atoms and particle, how this atom and particles holding the neutron, proton, electron, right? Everything is the part of the physics, right? Everything from the smallest unit to the largest unit, that is having the scope of what? Physics, right? So that we are going to be discussed slowly. And what are the, you know, real world application, if I'm talked about whatever invention, if I'm talking about the engineering, right, the technology and innovation, right? Everything having the, you know, involvement of the, I mean, physics framework, right? Without knowing the physics, you cannot develop any framework, right? That framework going to be helps to develop the engineering, implement the engineering phenomena to technology and innovation, everything, right? In medicine section also, if biology and the health science, these are also, I mean, involved with, you see, our body is directly involved with the physical phenomena, right? If our health is going to be down, that is also involvement of the physics. How, I mean, how this our cells is going to be work, how our life is going to be retained, how our, I mean, heart is going to be work, right? Everything, you know, heart is, I mean, pumping, you know, blood to the our veins, right? So that phenomena is also, I mean, involved the physics, right? Everywhere is there is a physics, right? So that we are going to be discussed through this physics subject, right? So now, why physics is matter? The understanding of the physics open the doors to the, you know, countless application in the field of the science, technology, medicine, and everyday's life, right? It reveals how the universe works. And you see, if we want our existence safely in the universe, then we have to be understand how this universe working for us, and how we should be, I mean stay long with the universe, how we should not, I mean, harm, I mean, create the harmful, I mean, things to the universe. If we are going to be disturb the universe, right, that disturbance directly affect our phenomena, our existence also, right? Means that, for example, if I'm talking about the global warming, right, that's so much of the pollution, right, created by the, you know, man-made phenomena, right? That phenomena is going to be directly affect, I mean, increasing the temperature of the, you know, surface of the earth, right? So I mean, that ice which is going, I mean, but every day going to be melted, right? So that everything going to be disturbed slowly to us, because of the our phenomena, right? The nature is going to be disturbed, and the when the nature is going to be disturbed, that man-made everything whatever exists because of the man-made phenomena, right, that is also going to be affect, right? So that's how we all are interconnected, right? So that I'm going to explain slowly, right? And for today, that is more than enough. I mean, students, hopefully, I mean, you better understood why the physics is important. So slowly we will, I mean, this context actually I'm taking the reference, a very big name in terms of the physics, I would say in India, right? The S.C. Verma. So everything, whatever context I'm explaining, that is having the reference of the S.C. Verma physics, concept of the physics part 1 and part 2, right? Thank you so much for listening me. Thank you.